You're watching Celtics Today by Chat Sports. I am Will Scott. We're breaking down some Celtics news, some Celtics rumors on today's show. But first, I got to know from y'all down in the comment section because I love Boston. It's been too long since I've been to Boston. I went like every single year for about 6 straight years. But I want to know what is your favorite Boston bar? Go down in the comment section. Let me know. Producer Jack Lauder, I've been to Lansdowne a few times. The Cheers bar I have been to in the flesh. Let me know your favorite Boston bar down in the comments section. As I mentioned on today's show, we're breaking down some Celtics news and rumors. The Celtics playoff seed actually has been revealed. We're going to get to that later on today's show. But let's begin talking about Jaylen Brown because there's been a lot of speculation about his future in Boston in recent weeks. Was non-committal about staying in Boston when asked on the Ringer podcast 2 weeks ago, and ever since, we have been hearing a lot of different things about Jaylen Brown and his future in Boston. His name, of course, was brought up in the Kevin Durant trade rumors last summer and then again during the deadline. And we do know that the Celtics offered him in a deal for Kevin Durant last summer. Apparently, Brown was not happy about that, and perhaps the team is still trying to repair the relationship that they have with Jaylen Brown. Now, Jaylen Brown went on Shams Charania's show the other day in an interview. Here's what he said. I get why people try to break up duos because so far, Jayson Tatum and I have been incredibly successful. The only thing that will put the ribbon on top is getting a championship. At this point, we're part of each other's destiny. It kind of sounds like he wants to stay. I don't know. I listened to that, and that just sounds really promising. And yeah, it's one comment. Yeah, he didn't come out and say, oh, I definitely want to stay in Boston. But the fact that he said, yeah, JT and I, we're part of each other's destiny. That sounds pretty good. And there's a lot of people that are like, oh, Jaylen Brown doesn't want to be the Robin to Tatum's Batman. He wants to go and be a number one. I think Jaylen Brown cares more about winning and more about the culture, more about the fit than he does being the number one. And the Celtics kind of have two number ones right now in Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown. I don't necessarily think that Brown has been playing second fiddle to Jayson Tatum. If you've been paying attention to the Celtics, like I'm sure all of you watching my show have, Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum, they merge. They have a very good partnership, right? So I do not really think that Brown has been playing second fiddle to Tatum during their time together in Boston. Those two have a very good partnership, and it's led to a lot of success. Like Jaylen Brown said, he said, he understands why people try to break up duos because they've been very successful. When I hear that, I feel like he doesn't want that duo to split. Now, will Jaylen Brown stay in Boston? Y for yes, in for no, down in the comments section. Go down, let me know. I would say yes. I'm feeling more confident after hearing those comments. And look, if the Celtics make a run this season, into the playoffs, win an NBA championship, I feel like Jaylen Brown's going to stay long-term, try to create a dynasty with the Boston Celtics, and the Boston Celtics have to do whatever it takes to keep Jaylen Brown in Boston, and you're going to have to pay him a lot of money for him to stay. Taking a look at the extension possibilities. If he makes an All-NBA team, he could get up to $290 million 5-year extension that he would be eligible for this offseason. If he does not make an NBA team, it would be a 4-year, $165.2 million extension. So I feel like he might bet on himself if that's the number and that's not the number. But if that's the number and you got to pay him that to keep him in Boston, you might have to do it. I understand it's a lot of money. That's near $60 million per year, but that's just the way we're trending in terms of contracts in the NBA. And if you want to have a consistent championship contender, you got to pay a guy like Jaylen Brown that type of money, because if you don't, someone else, maybe like the Atlanta Hawks, will. Want to tell you about this great deal we have for you guys. You go get this hoodie, 25% off, chatsports.com/Celtics hoodie. I know we're getting into the spring. It's still going to be kind of chilly, though. Chilly in the morning, chilly at night up there in Boston. You want to be comfortable, and you can look really good and feel comfortable in this hoodie. chatsports.com/Celtics hoodie. That link is in the comments and the description of today's video. But of all the hoodies that I've seen on Fanatics, man, that is probably my favorite one. chatsports.com/Celtics hoodie. Go and pick it up today. Go and rep the Boston Celtics because the playoffs are coming up. You want to be repping the seas during the NBA playoffs. And the Celtics have 2 games left in the regular season after last night, where they did defeat the Toronto Raptors. A little bit closer than I think we would have liked. 97-93 win, though, for Boston. A win is a win, and especially when you locked up a particular seed last night. I don't want to spoil that, but we'll get to that here in a second. Brogdon dropped 29, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Jaylen Brown, 25 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists. Derek White, 17 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Pascal Siakam, meanwhile, for Toronto, 28 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists. Scotty Barnes, 18, 8, and 5. Precious Achiuwa, who's a pretty good player, man. 16 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 block. What is your one-word reaction to this win? Go down in the comments section. Let me know what's your one-word reaction to the Celtics win over the Raptors last night. My one word is 2, because the Celtics are now locked in to the number 2 seed. I know we were talking about them potentially having a shot at the 1, but after that loss in Philadelphia the other night, that was just not going to be realistic. So the Celtics are now locked in to the number 2 seed. In fact, the left side of your screen, they're all locked in. The top 5 seeds right now are all locked in. So those are your top 5 seeds. The Milwaukee Bucks will be the number 1 seed. The Boston Celtics will be the number 2 seed. Philadelphia is going to be the number 3 seed. So those two will face off in the second round if they take care of business. Cleveland, the number 4 seed, they will face the New York Knicks in the first round. That is going to be an exciting series. The Brooklyn Nets right now still on the inside of having to avoid a possible play-in as the number 6 seed. The Miami Heat are the 7th seed. The Atlanta Hawks, the 8th seed. The Raptors, the 9th seed. And the Bulls, the number 10 seed right now. And that's what it's going to look like. Now, the only thing that we don't know at this moment is what 6 through 9 are going to look like. The Bulls are locked in at number 10. The Heat are trying to avoid having to play in the play-in, but I think they're going to have to. Taking a look at the remaining schedule, you face the Raptors at home on Friday, the Hawks at home on Sunday. So 2 home games to finish the regular season. I would expect them to rest some of their starters, get them, completely rested, well-rested by the playoffs. There's really no need for Tatum and Brown and, even a guy like Brogdon to be playing big minutes at this point. Just get those guys well-rested for the NBA playoffs because you're already locked into the number 2 seed and will face the winner of the 7 versus 8 play-in game. That could be the Miami Heat, could be the Atlanta Hawks, still a slight chance it could be the Toronto Raptors, could be the Brooklyn Nets. We'll know once that 7 versus 8 game has concluded, but the Celtics will face the winner of that game. Who will the Celtics face in the first round? Go down in the comments section. Let me know. I got a feeling it's going to be the Miami Heat, a rematch of last year's Eastern Conference Finals in the first round. That is going to be wild. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're going to get you guys a first-round playoff preview here in the coming days, and they might talk about some potential playoff opponents on tomorrow's show. YouTube.com/CelticsTV. Go and hit that subscribe button right now.